Today I'm going to be breaking down one of the strongest strategies here at Townhall 9 so you can 3-star any base. So the main things you're going to want to try and identify when it comes to this strategy is, first of all, you need to take out a couple of key things. That is going to be the clan castle troops and the enemy queen. Now, while you push in with your mini kill squad, you're going to also want to try and snipe out a couple of defenses, some of those of course being wizard towers, bomb towers and expos. If you can take down any of them with your kill squad, you're going to be able to get lots and lots of value. So let's jump in and we'll start breaking this one down. What we're going to do is we're going to bring in a giant just to tank the defenses and allow that Hog Rider in to lure out the clan castle troops. Now, more often than not at Townhall 9, you're going to see a high damage clan castle coming out, which includes things like electro dragons, regular dragons, balloons, we might even see some witches coming out as well. But whatever you're going to get coming out, you're going to want to lure it over to one of the corners using a archer, anything like that. And then we're going to go ahead and use our queen with a poison spell. If you encounter a high damage CC, you might want to put in your golem to tank for it out in front, just so your queen doesn't take too much damage. When it comes to equipment, you're probably going to want to use the epic equipment on the queen if you have it, but if not, as you guys can see, we've got the very basic equipment going to be coming through on this one. Golem is then going to go out in front of our king and our queen to do a little bit of tanking. We're going to sprinkle in those wall breakers just to try and open up the section and allow us in. Golem doing a fantastic job out in front, but unfortunately our heroes haven't gone quite the way we were looking for. Ideally, like I said, we want to try and target this section right here to take out some of those key defenses, but the queen and the king are actually going to work their way to this top section, which isn't the end of the world. Now, when it comes to our spells, we're going to go really heavy here on the heal spells because we want to make sure we are protecting our Hog Riders as they push through the base. So let's jump in and we'll take a look at this one. Also bringing in more Hog Riders, you can bring in the highest level possible from that clan castle. So we're really going very Hog Rider heavy on this particular attack. Now, you do need to be careful for any potential giant bombs as they can do work. We're going to be using the skeleton spell we bring to actually tank for the king. You guys can see they're distracting him over on that left hand side. We're going to distract him, bringing a couple of wizards just to help take him down, and then we can use those heal spells pretty effectively, I would say. Right here, this bottom section of the base was very heavy, so we used all those heal spells there. We have only a couple of splash buildings left up, and we of course still have that freeze spell as well. Queen ability still in hand, potential spots for double giant bombs on the back end of this one, but luckily our Hog Riders have split up. So the only things I would say on this one is try and make sure your king and queen are going the right way. Potentially use a couple of those wizards to funnel. You can see giant bombs down at Townhall 9 can do some pretty serious damage, so be careful when it comes into them. Try and actually think about where the giant bombs could be just in case, and then you can maybe save a heal spell for that section. But you'll see this one going to end up a 3-star, and GoHo, definitely one of my favorite strategies down here at Townhall 9. So let's jump in and take a look at the next one. Jumping into our second example here of GoHo, yet again we're going to drop in one Hog Rider to lure out that clan castle. Of course, it's that pesky lava hound again, luring it over using a corner builder hut. You're going to see lots of outside builder huts down here at these lower town halls, getting an early wall breaker in here, and you'll see of course targeting that enemy queen, potentially even snagging an expo and a wizard tower right here. So let's just let that queen do her job. She's going to deal with that lava hound, use that poison spell when that lava hound pops, and then as soon as she has dealt with those troops, we can start thinking about getting her in. We're actually going to use a couple of Hog Riders early on in this attack. What they are going to be doing is taking care of these outer defenses, so our queen is going to go the direction we want her to. Unfortunately, we do lose her ability early on this one, but it's not the end of the world because she is going to be tanked for by that golem, the giant, the king out in front. They're going to be able to push on through and get plenty of value, and we don't need to wait about. As soon as that queen has gone down, we can then get the rest of our Hog Riders in, because the golems, the golemites, the king and the queen can all do some nice tanking here for those Hog Riders as they continue to make their way through the base. A couple more going to be coming out of that clan castle, and like I said, use those heal spells as and when you need them. Don't be scared to drop them down, because you're better to have those hogs protected nice and early on in the attack. We don't want to take too much damage. Now, using those free spells on the very high DPS sections of the base, so we saw the Expo, the Bomb Tower, the Wizard Tower, the King, all in that section, so of course we're going to go ahead and use it right there. Skeleton spell was dropped a little bit too late, so unfortunately didn't quite tank for that King like we were looking for. But it's not the end of the world, because those Hog Riders are making some very nice progress through the rest of this base. Going to be freezing up a couple of the defenses and the enemy King here on the back end. Hog Riders, of course, once they've taken down all of those defenses, can continue to sweep through the base and take down the remaining structures. So the things to really consider on this one is, don't be scared when it comes to your heal spells. Like I said, use them as and when you need them. If you're going to see a high DPS clan castle coming out, for example, like I said, dragons, electro dragons, even super minions, anything like that, don't be scared to use your golem out in front of your queen, because you do not want your queen to go down, because she is going to be the one, of course, that's going to be able to take down those air defensive clan castle troops like dragons, so on and so forth. Your Hog Riders, if there's a dragon on them, they are going to be, unfortunately, bacon. So we have one more example, we'll jump in and take a look at it. So the third example is going to be coming in against a little bit more of an unorthodox base. You'll see that clan castle actually pretty difficult to lure out on this one, so we're going to be using a giant down on the bottom section. We're then going to bring in those Hog Riders, and then as soon as they step in, they're going to be able to lure out the Lava Hound. Pull that over to the corner. It's going to be this corner over here. Now, the good thing about down here at Townhall 9 is you don't really need to worry when it comes to time, because there's a lot less buildings, a lot less defenses. Typically 3 minutes is more than enough, and you're not going to time fail. So doing something like luring the CC over to a corner really isn't going to cost us that much time in the long run. Looking at potentially funneling our queen the right way again, using a minion up here as well as a wizard, because we want the queen to walk down this section and then probably in towards this expo compartment. Poison spell again going to be coming down just to help deal with those lava pups, and then we can think about getting that golem in and our king as well. Now, you need 3 wall breakers to open up a Townhall 9 compartment, I believe, so they are going to go ahead and drop down right there, opening up those wall sections. King and queen looking to pick up as much value as possible, while that one golem does some tanking. We've done the job. We know that enemy queen is going to be taken down. King's ability popped off there, and we've already started at the bottom section with those Hog Riders. Now, what we also want to think about when we deploy those Hog Riders is, you don't need to drop them all down in one individual location. You can spread them out a little bit so they're taking down multiple defenses at the same time. Of course, when it comes to those heal spells, you do want to try and catch as many groups of Hog Riders as possible, and consider when they move to the next defense. So in this one, our heal spell could have been slightly further up, just so it's catching the Hog Riders, but also helping us heal as we progress to the next defenses. So moving on through, we're going to be using a skeleton spell as well as a free spell just to halt that Barbarian King in his tracks. We've got Hog Riders, of course, moving in through that left hand side of the base. King and Queen still alive and doing some really nice work. Hog Riders smashing through the core as well. Couple of different groups here, so use your heal spell as and when you need it, but it looks like we're going to be holding it for this wizard tower compartment at the top. In comes that heal spell. Again, heal spell could be slightly further up just to help protect us in case there is any giant bombs in there, but it looks like we are safe, and this one is of course going to be a 3-star. Queen's ability just going to pop off just to make sure we've got plenty of time. And all of those wizards, archers, minions, anything you might have left up can be used to clean up the rest of the base. And you'll see we even swagged a free spell on this one. So if you do enjoy strategy guides like GoHo here at Townhall 9 and you want to see more for Townhall 9 and all the other town halls, make sure to subscribe to us here at the Barracks, because we are pumping out lots and lots of strategy guides to help you guys on your way to 3-star here in Clash of Clans. So if you did enjoy this video, leave a like and let me know down in the comments if you have tried GoHo at Townhall 9.